Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to part 2 of recording this tale. Actually, no, it's called One Foot in the Past. So the party have gathered at the camp. There's some hustle bustle going on because they discovered they have an author among the ranks, and well, Ominous has managed to get 25 silver out of it. Claims to give a third it to Cyrano, who's only getting 5 silver out of it. You worked that one out.
So yeah, this is your cut. This is definitely the right amount of cut. Don't think about it too hard, my friend. Here's your money.
I believe you're gouging me, friend. But you amuse me, so I will allow it this time.
Gouging? I would never.
I'm sure you wouldn't.
Right, let's go. Hari walks away. I feel like he's mildly afraid of Sai.
He has not yet begun to be afraid of Sai yet.
Just a question. Is there any custard in the area?
If there's Sai, there probably is.
I feel like detect custard should be a cantrip.
Somehow you have discovered an entire crate of custard tarts.
Yuki's already dived in there, is munching away.
Somehow you discovered a crate that's full of Yuki. And no custard tarts.
Yuki went, nom.
It's like,
Little does she know
fox
she
jumping-
just saved Cyrano.
It's like the fox jumping into the snow, except
Yeah.
with the custard barrel.
Pretty much.
All right,
that's dessert.
everyone, let's gather up. Let's go find Wagglestaff.
Who Magpie is already talking to.
So eventually dragged it all along the way, and you meet Wagglestaff. He has basically talked your ear off in general introductions. And these ruins are fucking amazing. You guys are just look at this map. Look at this map. These ruins are huge. Clearly, they date back to the age when dragons were the true masters of the world. Back the world was one piece. The secrets of the whole they must be glorious. Must be so telling. They must tell us even how to make a good cup of tea.
So this is when the ocean was a real thing?
Oh yes.
The hell's an ocean?
The most beautiful thing I'd ever seen, Si.
Has Omnius been dealing with Wagglestaff like the past couple of days?
Yes.
He puts his hand to his face face and like does that thing where you like drag your cheeks down when you're like really tired, like you're just like so done with him. Like, so
Magpie is
tired.
like the Magpie is like the opposite. Like he actually has her ear with this. She's actually enjoying this.
Did you know that the dragons were basically were akin to gods at one point? They were
Mr.
the rulers.
Wagglestaff.
Yes.
And Mr. Wagglestaff, hello. He's forcing a smile on his face.
Ah, young Ominous, my most trusted guide. My best day was ever meeting you. How may I help you, sir?
I would like to introduce you to the rest of your helpers.
Please do introduce me to these fine folk.
Okay, this is Sai. He's an author and ambassador.
I am Ambassador Cyrano du Corbeau, man trying to get by in this world.
Brilliant. You look a highly competent man.
He's
Am I,
very
though?
competent.
How are you going to do this?
Next up, we have Yuki.
Hello!
Covered in tart.
I'm tasty.
My,
Magpie takes a little like
aren't you the most tasty looking tarts of all?
Watch it. I'm in a committed relationship.
she's dating Si.
Brilliant.
Weirdly, this conversation came up after work yesterday.
Brilliant. Villains, you must be so blessed to have one another.
Definitely.
Indeed.
And last we have Chifros.
Who is idly just kind of inspecting when the sticks of dynamite goes, is Shifra sleep well?
Ah, Billy, I am. Sleep up with the restaurants that do the good business in the inner islands.
That would be members of my family, yes.
Oh, Billy, you do such wonderful food. Ah, I never knew anyone else who could do such gnomish food delights outside of gnomes. I don't know how to do it. It's wonderful, man. Wonderful.
Many years of practice, mostly.
Oh, it's all perjury.
Right. Is there any preparations that we need to make, Mr. Wagglesack, sir?
He just starts pointing to the map and just starts playing with teams really hitting with sports and case of about an hour pass and you're convinced you've only got about 20 minutes work actually out of him because he keeps on going off tangents about the glory of the Empire of Dragons before. About in the past we did have to worry about taking a walk and not falling off the side of an island. And generally it's a case of it's old childhood tales just digging up stuff in the back garden, finding pots, pans, and strange forks.
Gold? There be gold.
Gold, sir. This is history. This is more important than gold. This is worth more. This could change how we think of you. Think of the Saturday hours forever.
Omnius nods and is like, that does not answer my question.
We have relics of the past.
Made of gold?
We'll see.
That would be amazingly heavy, and gold is such a soft metal. This is not El Dorado. What the hell's El Dorado?
El Dorito.
Who stole my pride bar?
Anyway, so a time when dragons were more powerful than they already are. That's kind of fascinating.
Have you ever looked
You
at it?
say fascinating, I say terrifying.
Just think about it. Have you ever seen a dragon beyond adult status? We've seen books where they should be huge, but we've seen the dragons that dwell in the lighthouses, in the bear, in even out the wild, and it's a case of these are funny mature dragons. Well, the adults, but not the mature.
How big was Gar?
Gar, what is an adult dragon?
Okay, so he's not like a great worm or...
No, in law stage he was a young adult.
Okay.
We've seen a dragon that was semi-transparent and similar to the night sky.
Never heard of one before. You need to tell me everything about it when we've got some pen and paper on hand and we're not about to hit the exposition floor.
Happily to share a tale, sir.
This little fucker's so fidgety you think he's about to explode any moment from pure energy alone.
I like him. Omnius does not.
And let's put it this way. This is the only NPC I've ever met that's this majorly happy.
Magpie adores him so far. All this history stuff is so interesting to her.
Omnius didn't need him to potentially find gold. He would have stabbed him about a week ago.
Bad bird.
Someone tells me if Carl's character was here, she probably mugged him and stabbed him already.
She stole the dynamite.
Chef Frost is fascinated by the possibilities this guy presents.
Oh no. Magpie's the only one who's actually interested in what he's talking about. No.
Cyrano is also kind of taking notes because he may have to report back on this later.
Okay, that's
And also
Get a new
thinking like,
story.
oh my god, it's another Okasan.
Like,
Oh, Omnius is
Whoa,
so not going to kill
calm
all
us
Coco
then.
San. When Omnius encounters Oko-san, God, they're not gonna get along super well.
Mm.
I mean, if you're around in the December session, just saying.
Mm.
I hopefully will be.
Mm.
That is months away, so I make no
Yep.
guarantees.
That's fair.
Anyway,
So the nature of arranging RP sessions.
Mm.
Obviously, the layout for your group is to accompany Walter with his team as they take their tools and at least 2 crates of dynamite down into the main chamber of these ruins, where they go seek to explore, find out whatever they can find. And for anyone rereading and for Ominous, if you're rereading that notice, but remind you of, if he does find anything, make sure he doesn't blow it up so he can bring it back.
Yeah.
You basically paid
Omnius is keeping an eye on both Walter and the TNT just to make sure they're at minimum 10 feet apart at all times.
I have a feeling Magpie is going to be acting as a little bit of a distraction for Walter by talking to him because she wants to know more.
The problem is you look away for a moment. You look back. Walter's with a bandolier of dynamite.
Sir
Oh,
Biosaf, let me do the explosives, okay, sir? Let me handle it. I know what I'm doing.
But sir, how much experience have you had in the TNT? I've been doing this for years and still just a probationary archaeologist. But I know what I'm doing. I've only
Let's not touch the dynamite for a
I
while.
have plenty of experience with this dynamite. Trust me, sir. I know exactly what I'm doing. He has no idea what he's doing.
Does he have more of an idea than Wagglestaff? That's all we need right now.
He does not.
probably.
Oh no!
Omnius' second highest stat might be his intelligence, but he's a moron.
Imagine he's smart enough to know when the dynamite starts getting lit, he wants to be as far away as possible.
Absolutely.
Like, does Wagglestaff understand that?
No.
Don't think so.
There you go. He has slightly more.
I mean, he hasn't blown himself up yet.
I
This is
have a
like
feeling that has to be somebody dragging
slowly-
him away.
Omnius is not strong enough to do that. But
Magpie is, so Magpie being near him is probably a good thing. She
So,
has like
yeah.
pretty even stats across the board.
So the plans are agreed. In the case of the other members of the non-disclosed workers are basically hiding as much of the dynamite as possible. There's a bit of concern that basically want a fair amount of some of the sticks have disappeared and they don't know where to. And eventually the call is going to things are green and Wagglestaff's going forward to history, to the future, to knowledge, to the Big Bang.
Hopefully not that last one.
We do not go.
as a dedicated position of authority, you're not allowed to use dynamite until I'm allowed to use dynamite.
In that case, good sir, he takes a dynamite out of his bandolier and hands you a stick. You can use dynamite, sir.
See, politics, Cyrano.
I will be following at safe distance.
Mr. Wagglestaff, sir, may I remind you that if you blow up everything, you won't be able to study it.
Blow up everything? Sir, you insult me by such provocations. I am not going to blow up everything. I'm going to blow things clear so I can get to things.
Let's save dynamite for the very, 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 very last resort. I think we might be able just to dig this stuff up easily, depending on how big and open the ruins are, without blowing things up.
I dig holes.
She does dig holes.
Yeah, Yuki's one of our best diggers.
Can you dig through stone?
That's
I
what
could try.
pickaxes are for. There you go. We can
Michael's-
try.
Michael Staffs takes another stick of dynamite from his bandolier and hands it to Yuki. If your cards don't work, use that.
Omnia's head in hands. Just
Omnius
whispering to
has
himself,
regrets.
It's for the gold. It's for the gold. It's for the gold. Just in his hands, whispering to himself, for the gold. For the gold.
Meanwhile, like Magpie's more excited. Like, do you think we're going to see any evidence of older mist dragons?
What's a mist
'Cause
dragon?
remember, oh, that's the dragon's type of my island, Pixie Ward. Aloysius is a sweetheart. I'm wondering if there have been older mist dragons in the world, if they were that rare.
Never heard of them.
On the Pixie Ward, you can meet Aloysius. They're amazing.
Any roads to dig up?
Probably. Just be very careful. There's a lot of fae on the island, so make sure you make deals with them so you can dig the ruins up.
That's only by people in offices. I don't have to worry about that. They handle it for me.
Yeah, let them handle that first and then start digging. That's what I'm saying.
And somehow, in the course of the discussion, Michael Staff is someone that distracted. He's heartily holding a stick of dynamite, and somehow one of the candles lighted up the desk has lit the dynamite.
Throw!
Oh, wait, nothing of it. Just lets his finger stubs out the flame.
Oh, that works too. Okay, let's get away from candles with the dynamite. That might be a good idea.
Let's pray there's no lit torches on the way to the ruins.
Workers!
No, don't.
Workers, present your torches! Every worker possesses a great big flaming torch.
Wait, don't any of you have dark vision?
What
I
the stars?
do, actually. Omnius does. He has,
I think the
Where's
whole
Yuki?
party does.
Yeah.
I have goggles of the night. Which,
Gives you dark vision, yeah.
Yeah,
magic
which gives
item
you
gives
dark
me dark vision.
Yeah, Magpie's ranger class gives her dark vision, even though she's just a human.
So I am a perfect human who can see in the dark.
Yeah, torchlight is better.
See, Shifrost does not have dark vision.
Ah,
Shifrost has light cantrips.
true.
We
Also
may
have
have a
fire.
less damaging alternative to your torches.
I imagine that Sifros has used a light cantrip against Snark. By the time he has been welding, pulled away the welding mask, that's no doubt tinted, to the point of suddenly, last minute, bright light in front of his face. Where it's just left in spots for a while.
Oh yeah, even if that doesn't, he just keeps the light cantrip. He basically lights up Snark's nose with it.
Screwed up. Stark off the red-nosed goblin. He's about to kill the halfling. He's about to kill the halfling.
Yeah, but he can't see that well because the light's right there in front of his face. So
Man, this is gonna be a weird Christmas session.
Remind me not to get on Shifrost's bad side.
Even Magpie's been pranked by him. Don't worry.
So it's gonna happen eventually. Noted.
Yeah.
yeah, it will.
So eventually, everyone heads down to the dig site, led by Torchlight. You basically head down a cave into some basically medium-sized humanoid steps. You enter a cavern. The entry opens out into this huge area. When I say it's huge, it's huge. It can fill the guild 5 times over. To the point of the light The only reason the light covers the entire area is because enough torches were already set up to basically cover the whole area, and you can't even see the ceiling.
Echo!
Echo! Echo! Echo! Echo! Echo! Echo! Echo! Echo! Echo! Echo! And that goes on for about an hour.
Wow.
Place is huge.
So much stuff to look at. By look at, he means steal.
You see,
Is there anything of interest on the walls or any statues or anything like that?
just getting there. You see,
Okay, fair enough.
you see numerous ruined walls. It basically looks like this place was once a city. And you basically notice how numerous chalk lines have been done on the floor, arrows pointed out in different colours. Colours basically noting of more important discoveries. Well, you get Waggle staff basically leads the way, basically explaining numerous murals you see about alliances between numerous dragons facing off against what appear to be giant one-eyed fist tentacled things, or flying shelled things with tentacles coming out. That apparently was some kind of ship. Even the points where giant and dragon were out in open warfare.
Magpie's looking at the one-eyed fish. What in Sam Hill is that supposed to be?
It says at this point oh, just let me take a minute. Just let me check me book. For anyone who spots it, he basically pulls out Volo's Guide to Monsters. Okay. That I believe is an aboleth.
What in hell is an aboleth?
Sort of primordial god that the gods cast down before they took over and his blood, and they just harbour goods. Just in case we have not seen the aboleths for a long time. In the case where the ocean's mostly gone, they have no habitat left, so it's a case of they're buggered off elsewhere, or they died out, or who knows? The dragons probably ate them all.
Not that last one. It looks like they'd caused some massive indigestion. Magpie is just fascinated by these images and ruins, like a world that she will never get to see.
You also pass one. It was a case of, oh, this one. Who said that some of these dragons had the ability to see the future, and well, this was a mural said to be one of the murals laid out for a message for the future, a message for future generations.
What does it say?
I was about to ask.
Pay Milk Thursday. But seriously, it's a collection. Basically, every representative, every metallic dragon gathered to face off against a huge dragon. That basically dwarfed all the others. Its horns form kind of a halo. Incomplete, but getting close to it. And its wings block out most of the mural. And the thing you most note about it's very rough rendition of a skin being like the night sky, complete with blinking stars.
Yuki, does that dragon in the picture remind you of somebody we know?
Is that the Magnificence?
Oh, hell, I think it is.
Would explain some of his ramblings.
Omnius blinks. The what now?
The dragon we mentioned we faced earlier, the Magnificence, that looks like the Magnificence, the Void Dragon.
Except for what you face, looks more like a drake with only 4 limbs, basically the wings and legs, while this thing looks more like your standard dragon with the wings, arms, legs. Big, imposing. His face is actually a lot shorter. sorcery of his dragons. But even in this mural, the painting, the magic creator, or look to its eyes like he's looking into a heart of a star, and he's staring right back at you with utter contempt. There's no need to break a keyboard because of the utter contempt.
I wonder if that's the reason the world shattered.
Well, it is a very, very, very large dragon. It appears to be made out of stone. The rest of the wall.
Well, the real thing would be made out of basically a night sky. We've seen a hydra with a similar pattern like that too.
Oh, a hydra with a night sky passage. Oh, this way. It just leads you to another mural, and there you see that very hydra.
We beat that!
There's some very familiar humanoids in the picture.
Does Magpie recognize the party?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's us.
But how? We just did that like what? Last mission?
Like 2 missions ago, actually. Well, wait. Wagglestaff, didn't you say people were predicting the future and had messages from the future?
From the past to the future. Were you not listening?
I'm just double checking I heard you right. I think somebody predicted this.
I mean, it didn't obviously predict the bullet coming out of the Hydra, but...
Oh, that would have been amazing.
What's a bullet?
Land shark.
Yeah, it eats land. It's you don't want that on your island. We kind of had one come out of its chest to slay it, and it went flying and fell in the swamp and died. It was kind of ridiculous.
We get magic beans from Baba Yaga.
Oh, that's Baba Yaga.
Oh yeah, we know Baba Yaga.
Omnius does whatever the equivalent of crossing himself is.
Just flailing.
If there's one thing he's scared of, it's Baba Yaga.
Oh,
There's some god of thievery out there he worships, just basically he's crossing himself basically involves taking a gold piece and kissing it. This is curious thing to do when you just got a beak and no lips.
That's it, basically.
I assumed he just licked it with his long tongue.
He bites the gold piece like with his beak.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Though, if he was kissing it, I think it'd be something like the like in the old cartoons with like a Tweety bird type thing.
Oh god.
But I think biting it makes more sense.
Yeah, and it looks more stressed.
It's
I
like
don't.
It's also,
biting your fist when you're stressed.
Yeah.
It's also a case of the amount of times you've been paid with just foil-covered chocolate.
I think he'd know the difference.
Yeah, he definitely learned the difference after the first time.
Yeah.
He was promised 5 gold pieces for a job. He got paid in 5 gold chocolate coins in gold foil.
Yeah. He figured that out very fast.
I want my gold, but I'm keeping the chocolate.
Yeah.
Priorities,
So
man.
He has 4 chocolate. Ate one of them. Aren't birds allergic to chocolate? Hold on.
I think most animals are.
Fantasy world.
Fantasy world, I like chocolate. You can eat chocolate.
I like chocolates. Do. Where's my chocolate gone? Oh, that thief of the bird's stolen it.
Yeah. He's got 4 chocolate coins and however many real gold coins he has. Hold on, let me. Oh, it's actually a solid amount. Okay. after the Baba Yaga mention, he's like, "Nope, don't like that."
It's complicated.
Shivross is
Baba
being
Yaga,
harassed
why
by
are you
her,
even-
and
Why are
God.
you even near Baba Yaga? That's terrifying.
Shivross is harassed by her, and Magpie's dating her adopted grandson.
Yeah, Ludwig. Like Magpie's all blushy now.
Sometimes Shifrost gets pulled down the beer hole. I heard one time that Baba Yaga gave that mongrel teeth for a little bit. I don't know why she would do that. Who in their right mind would give that mongrel teeth? I ask you.
It amused her.
We return to Okasad, who's still arguing with the Demon Lord Owl. Piss the Younger!
Lord Palmerston!
Piss the Younger!
Lord Palmerston!
And we return to the Smols.
Oh, Christ.
So you guys have survived being near Baba Yaga.
Multiple times, yeah.
He bites the gold piece again, puts it away, breathes. Like, okay, as long as I'm with these guys, Baba Yaga can't get me.
Oh, quite the opposite.
A piece of paper.
I feel like the due for an appointment with Baba Yaga.
A piece of paper suddenly appears, floats down for almost the cats. The letter
Opens
says,
to read it.
the letter's in sort of a grandmotherly sort of tone. It's a case of, you think that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, don't challenge Baba Yaga. She's just snarky enough to have a little fun with it. She's a lot nicer than a reputation among people give her, though. I'll say that.
He just nods rapidly. Nope, not gonna mess with the Baba Yaga. Nope, would never, 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 never. And he's being 100% honest.
Also, you have a strange urge to turn that piece of paper over.
Turns it over.
And it reads, they know nothing of how bad I am.
Ah,
Baba Yaga's being nice and giving you forewarning.
she eats the piece of paper to hide it.
Okay.
Well, some way to get fiber in your diet.
Let's face it, it's not the weirdest thing any of us have eaten.
Okay,
I
since...
mean, I won't say a snake, but that was a whole thing.
What are folks going to do?
Magpie's
Well-
still looking around, seeing if she can find any other murals or pieces of information, basically.
Sai is taking notes on these murals as much as he can.
Omnius is looking around for anything of value.
Shifrost is just looking around for exits.
Well, one of us has to.
Well, the areas, despite with all the walls and what ruins and whatnot, it's still fairly open. You get the feeling this place was built for dragons. Big dragons. Bigger than you've seen.
I wonder if God knows about this place. I'll have to send a message to Aro after this.
I'm half tempted to ask Aloysius in one of my letters back to Pixelward about this.
See, Shifrost knows nothing of ruins or history. He just knows he just knows he needs to make sure he has an escape route.
Sai does know something about history. Shall I make a roll?
Give us a roll.
That would be a 26.
Wow.
This isn't history you know per se, but you've heard inklings, rumours of indeed the dragons did once hold a mighty empire before the catastrophe ruined the Shattered Isles, or pre-Shattered Isles. Whereas, once upon a time, the dragons were a lot more sociable with one another. Magic was more prevalent about the place, more relics of power were more commonplace. Whereas, you can go about the place with enchantments, magical items, rumored to be sort of constructs of horses or whatnot to take you around. It wasn't a golden era per se, going on by what has been found in the past, and even the mules are pretty much the same. Well, see, there seem to be outside of the odd disputes, even between chromatic and metallic dragons. Even the volcanic dragons were a hell of a lot easier to deal with back in the day. And, well, they give red dragons a bit of a run for being tyrants and ruling with an iron fist.
This is old. It's very old. It's impossibly old. But I seem to be saying that about a lot of the ruins we've been finding lately.
Well, ruins do tend to be old, my friend.
This is pre-shattering old.
It is very old.
These shouldn't still be here, I don't think.
Somehow they are. Still shook that we're in one of the murals. Somebody from before the Isle shattered predicted a bunch of goobers would get together and beat a Hydra from the void.
I wonder if we were meant to find this, and if so, why?
Let's see if we could find any other murals, maybe.
Or is there anything specific about that mural?
Hey,
Magpie kind of starts holding her arm where she has an arrow mark on her arm.
hey, Yuki, give us
Yeah?
a perception roll on the mural.
Okay. Let's see here. 23.
You find a notice in a very ancient dialect of Draconic. The handwriting is atrocious, so a bit tricky to read, but case of it reads prediction of events to come may not be actually true. Group of goobers dealing with alien threats.
Hmm.
It says goobers on the thing.
Apparently. Granted, it's
That's-
sketchy handwriting, but
Goobers in Draconic is a most peculiar word.
Fair enough. I mean, they did manage to predict all that.
or maybe we go back in time and we write the mural ourselves.
You know, I wouldn't put it past us.
You guys can time travel?
Not yet, but who knows where our adventures go. We do random stuff all the time.
We had
We
a
actually-
bunch of gnomes fight a tree ant.
Oh yeah, that was my first mission with you guys.
Omnis just nods and accepts this as just part of the group's charm.
I mean, we've walked through the Shadowface realm somewhat. That was amazing. Like, you just see Magpie, like, very contemplative, even though she's talking normally. I wonder if we are meant for something greater. And if so, what?
Well, I'm merely a humble ambassador.
You're adorable.
Hey!
And you're dragged into this with us, I'm afraid that may not be the case. Well, maybe we're not. Maybe this was our destiny. Beat a void hydra. Who knows? Maybe I shouldn't think about it too much. And she just starts looking around, seeing if there's like anything else of interest.
Mostly what's found is pots, tools, ranging from standard medium-sized creatures to dragon size of varying ages.
Can I roll investigation to see if I find anything of value?
Yes.
All right. That would be. What is my modifier there? I have plus 12 to my investigation.
Oh god, you're a detective.
So that's 29.
Well,
You found everything.
You
I
find
found the everything.
you found lots of pottery, lots of bits of metal that looks like forks, knives. Looks like stuff that could be valuable to the people, to collectors. Hell, you find a very ornate-looking paperclip. You're sure you know at least one collector who would just lose their shit over.
Oh God.
Anything that seems off and or magical.
The paperclip is 3 foot long.
I'm going to use my learned ability. I can spend an action to examine an object and determine how, if it's got any magical properties, how they might be used or activated, and a fair market price.
Okay, you come to the conclusion this paperclip is slightly enchanted, but it still holds. Okay, so it's used for bundling papers together without damaging them in any regard, and it probably go for about at least 5 gold.
Omnius looks around to make sure no one's watching him and pockets it if he can.
Give us a sleight of hand.
All right. My sleight of hand is. I've got a plus. Is that a 5 or a 6? 5. It's 5 to that. $24.
No one sees you, no one's looking.
It's like, I can sell this.
So
It's not actually. It's worth something.
So you basically just half inch the paperclip that's half the height, basically half the height.
Yes. Shoved it down his pants leg. Oh, shorts leg.
I assume he's got a bag of holding too, so.
No, he doesn't.
Huh.
He's got an explorer's pack.
This is where Ominous either gets contracted or joins the designing guild and gets a bag of holding and yeets it at him.
He sticks it down the back of his shirt.
Mug,
So it's
you
like,
seem to be having back problems. Are you all right?
yes, I'm fine. Definitely fine. I'm 100% okay.
You seem awfully stiff there.
Oh, really? I'm fine. Just with all this walking, I'm much more used to floating around.
Anyway. So I guess people and dragons lived in harmony in here, or at least coexisted. Noting that half the stuff here is, well, I would expect Aloysius to use it, not me.
It's not this
What is this Aloysius?
The dragon of my island. His name is Aloysius.
You've talked to a dragon. Okay.
I'm an ambassador to a dragon.
Oh, everyone but Sal here's met Aloysius. He's a nice fella.
I got to do the chicken dance.
Oh, God, that, yeah. Aloysius joined her.
You have never seen dragon do chicken dance and be glad for it.
Omnius nods, but in agreement with Chifros.
It's at this point you hear shouting, excited shouting of a gnome. And Ominous just realises he's just made the mistake of letting Walter out of his sight.
Magpie dashes over to the sound.
I think everybody does.
Omnius, instead of swearing, just says, beans.
Yuki has
Do not
those.
mention beans.
I'll see if we need them.
And
What'd you find?
the first explosion goes off.
Oh,
And some walls topple and go over. Dust goes over the place as Walter's lighting another stick.
oh no! Magpie is diving for that stick.
Too late, he throws it.
Prestidigitation. Snuff out the flame.
Now, here's the problem with these sticks. They're magical. To the point of Walter's very dedicated to his craft to make things go boom.
Walter, please stop. We don't need another explosion.
Problem is, it explodes. Just in range to send Walter flying.
Okay, catch the archaeologist.
The problem is he goes flying into a hole that's just blasted open. Hey,
Had
kid.
one job. One job.
Oh, what's
Don't
this?
get paid if he dies.
Oh, what's this? I think I just found something. Oh, is this a lever?
Oh no!
Don't pull it! Don't pull it!
Don't
Let
pull
us
the
know.
He's got to pull the lever.
hole. He just dives into the hole.
Oh,
Magpie's following. Magpie's just diving in. She doesn't care. She can't fly.
okay, ominous. You find yourself in a strange little cockpit along with Walter. Magpie, you hit the canopy as it closes.
Oh, hell.
And for those on the outside, I need to find a picture of this thing. Some mechanical thing just rises out to the floor.
Magpie is holding on for dear life now, and she's reaching into her pocket for Muffin. Because something tells me she's going to get off this thing fast.
It's the king crab.
For everyone outside, they witness what he looks like. He has the dimensions of a dwarf, so almost beetle-like in structure, with dark metal lined with golden edging. 10 foot tall. Giving off some purple smoke from these edges.
That is an urban mech with arms, sir.
I thought it was an egg.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like an egg.
Like I said, that is an urban mech with arms, sir.
Magpie gets Muffin out and quickly climbs on Muffin's back and tells it to fly.
For my purposes, what is Muffin?
Muffin is a griffonic statue Magpie owns that she can turn into a living griffin that follows her orders.
Noted.
So, yeah, she's on the back of a griffin right now. Holy hell, what did he find?
And this is where we bring part 2 to a close. Cliffhanger, baby.
We need a blue hedgehog for this, don't we?
Yeah, okay.
So until next time, be good, be well, and don't trust gnomes with dynamite.
Especially this one.
Yes.
Provoking his credentials.
Later.
Later.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.